Okay, so time to finish off the sock. Did the heel, turned it, decreased it. I've worked all the way to here, so it's ready to do the decreases and round off the toe. And you can see on the top of the foot it has the ribbed, and the bottom is just flat knitted. So to set up for this, you do one round of regular knit, and then you start decreasing on every other row, similar to how we did this. So I knit a full round of just knit. This is going to be a decreased row. Knit one, slip, slip, knit, and then knit all the way to the end of the second needle. And you can see I'm working on the top part of the sock. And you knit to the last three of that second needle, so that you're only decreasing on the sides of the toe and not in the middle of the foot. And we're almost there. When we get to these last three at the end of this needle, knit two together, knit one, knit one, and now flip it over on the bottom side of the foot. Do the same thing you did on the other side. Decrease here with the slip, slip K, slip, slip knit. At this end, you're gonna wait till you get to the last three, knit two together, knit one. Next round, just knit. So you're doing every other round until you have 32 stitches. And then you'll do decreases every round until you have 16. So I'm at the point where I have done every other row decreased. Isn't that like gorgeous? It makes me so happy when I get to this point where I'm almost done. So with every other row decrease, you get that really nice taper. But now every row do a decrease until there's just 16, so 8 on each side. And then have to do Kitchener stitch to graft the toe together, which makes it not have a seam at all. It's as if it was knitted. I'll show that in a minute. Almost done. This is like my favorite part when I'm this close. All right. All right, finally, down to the last 8 on each side. I always put it on just 2 needles before doing Kitchener stitch, which I found this on the internet somewhere and printed it, and I don't remember where I found it from. But I keep it in my knitting bag so that I can just follow the instructions so that I don't have to look it up every time I do a sock anyway. So you cut the thread and use a needle. And the setup is, let's see, front needle, purl. So you're gonna take this and draw it through like you're purling. Leave that first one on. On the back one, you're gonna pull it through like you're knitting. And you're gonna leave that one on. So that's the setup. From here on out, you just follow the 4 steps. Front needle, knit off, so you pull it through like you've knit it, and then you just slip that off the needle. All right, front needle, purl on. So bring it through like a purl, leave it on. Back needle, purl off, knit on. Yeah, knit on. Okay. I pull them back through so I'm not like just accidentally dropping them. So we're back to step 1, which is to knit off, purl on, purl off, knit on. Knit off, purl on, purl off, knit on. Knit off, purl on. It's getting tangled. Purl off, knit on, knit off, purl on, purl off, knit, oops, knit on, knit off, purl on, purl off, knit on, oops, bumped it, knit off, purl on, purl off, knit on, knit off, and then purl off. So, needles completely off. Don't pull super tight yet. You gotta stick your hand inside the sock. You come to the end and it's all loose. But you can come to the end here. And sit there and slowly work it until you're pulling it tight. Pretty much just stitch by stitch. Oops, I bumped it again. Until you get it all tight. Don't make a joke, Lynette. Okay. Keep pulling it. And working your way across. Oh, I keep saying that wrong. Across. My long freaking hairs. Happens every time. Not a pair of socks that I've made that doesn't have my hair knitted into it. Kind of creepy, I'm sure, but that's the deal. See how it just makes it look like it just disappears. Okay. So, now that's all worked all the way across. And just, if you need to tighten any, go in there and tighten it a little bit. And at this point, you're just gonna use the needle and weave it in and then cut it off short inside the sock. So what I usually do is I'll come back through pull it through, and then I'll work it back and forth to hide it inside. Let's see, right here. Because then when you wash it, it's not going to come undone. So you can duplicate stitch. And there you have it. So then the last thing that has to be done is this has to be woven down in through there to hide it. And then you're all done. That's it. Socks are done. People's feet are warm. It's true love. Hashtag true love when you knit somebody's socks. I love my kids. They all get a pair. All right, any questions, let me know.